Paul Brendan Lyles, and this is Make and Do in my shop. So call me crazy, but I'm actually also the one that does all the sewing in the house. And I have this pair of leather boots that I got a few years ago. I'm thinking maybe 3 years ago. No, it's been longer than that. Wow, it's been more than 5. I still wear them, and the stitching has always been off. It's come loose a few times. So what I did, I'll show you here in a second, is I took a needle and some vice grips, and I created a new guideline of holes after using a marker on it too, because the leather was sewn in a way that was too tight for the stitching to hold, and it kept coming loose. And it came loose the last time, I think maybe a year ago or so, and I didn't do anything about it. I just let it go. But recently this year the leather started to really open up, roll over itself, and I thought, I need to stitch it. So here's what I did. I took this guy and I gripped with the vice grips just to have a better set of leverage on it. And before I began sewing, I went in here and you can see I drew a line right there in marker, and then I judged where the original stitch holes were and just went up from it and poked a hole in every one. And you can see the original stitch line is about an 1/8 inch or more behind where I currently am. So I'm just having to take it one tiny bit at a time, and I have to judge where the holes already are so that it makes it easier to push the needle through, and sometimes that's not so easy. And the thimble would help, but I really don't want to create new holes in the leather if I can help it. There it is. I folded the strand of thread twice and then put it through the eye for added strength. And I grab like so, except I've done that wrong because I came out over, so I'm going to have to go back. When you know it, this was the first time I've done this. There it goes. Hopefully it'll let me pull all of it back through. There it goes. Came through. Okay. This is a very old boot, but they're worth sewing up because they fit like a glove. I've got maybe at least another year in them, so I thought it'd be worth. So I come across the top, and then I look for the next available stitch underneath, which is that same one. Just go across to the very next hole that I poked ahead of time to make passing the needle through that much easier. I've made it from here all the way over for the first run, and my plan is to take it back, tie it up underneath the seam there, and be done. We'll come back and show a picture once I'm finished. I've been at this so far for maybe 30 minutes. Part of the reason that I quadrupled my thread strength is because once I make it from here to here, diving and coming back out, diving, coming back out, I can't really sew back completely through. So what I'm going to have to do instead is weave between what I have sewn so that I can tie it off over on this side where I began, which I have thread waiting for, and it comes out from underneath the seam, so the knot will kind of be concealed, but it'll hold up for a good while. I got a little uneven spread there, but I'm not too concerned about that. But anyway, I'm almost done. I've come out on this end. I've got enough thread to make it back, so we'll see how it goes. Really, what I've got here, I'll show you part of it, is I'm taking it behind the thread, and wherever it will come out, I'll kind of just accept that, give it a nice pull. One thing I have to watch with sewing with this much string, I have to hold it until it comes through, because it will knot up and tangle and do all kinds of nasty stuff. I've just got to be really, really patient with the steps the process requires. I can't get a hold of that with my fingers, so I'm going to use a tool and make sure that things are got a hold of it from the wrong. There we go. And now hold it steady until it goes through. To remember with tying that you always want to leave the needle on because it makes it easier. This has been my experience. I use the needle to help me with it. I fold it around like that. Can pinch it around the needle, move the... I just use a double knot to tie things off. I'm not real particular about it. And my boot is repaired. Now on to the next one.